All right, so welcome to another edition of 𝐼 social designer interviews, where we aim to tell Philippine graphic design stories through the lens of designers and studios. So for this episode, we have this is the first time for this channel for this series of episodes, because we will be having not just one, not just two, not just I think it's three or four people. It's a group that I really personally like, because they have so much passion in what they do, and they also put their heart in the sleeve. So much so that they place heart in their name. So that's a great word. So let's welcome Works of Heart. So I'll be calling them in a few. Okay, so there we go. Works of Heart. Welcome to 𝐼 social designer interviews show. It's a long title for a show, but it's inspired by what's happening, and also Trevor Noah's show in the States. So welcome guys, welcome.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, nice meeting you guys. Now that everyone is in lockdown.
I'm doing as good as I can be. That's all I wanted to say.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear, Raffy. And how about you, Nikki?
Okay naman, here at home, just trying to relax and trying to balance the work from home, work life situation.
I know, I can see your gamer seat.
Not a gamer, but
that's a good seat. Yeah, ikaw naman, Roxy.
Doing good. Just checking in on people. Trying not to miss everyone as much as I do. So, yun.
It's nice to hear. I mean, I'm happy that everyone's really still, staying safe, staying calm as we can be. I know it's been hard. Most of us are still, coping up with the situation, even though I think 2 months na tayo locked in our houses. So, but still, we can do this. We can do this. So first, I'd like you to introduce yourself, one by one, and also, as a group.
Hi, I'm Raffy. I'm a designer at Works of Heart, and I also do illustration on the side. And yeah.
Hello, I'm Nikki, live from Bacolod City. I'm a designer at Works of Heart, and I also lead our branding and publication design projects.
Hi, I'm Roxy Navarro. Wow, formal Roxy Navarro. I'm Roxy, partner at Works of Heart. So yeah, glad to be with the team now. At least with Raffy and Nikki. So they're more designers from Works of Heart, and yeah, we're a design studio focusing on social impact. And yeah, we work with a lot of organizations and individuals who have advocacies, who have a purpose geared towards like a better Philippines. So we really like working with people we share the same vision and purpose with. So yeah.
So thank you for that introduction. But at the same time, on the same breath, the reason for this interview is because I really like Works of Heart. Personally, it's because of your niche, because of advocacies. So if I may ask, when did this start? I mean, why advocacy? Bakit yun yung tinarget nyo in terms of your focus for design?
So personally, I learned parang natutunan ko yung social impact more on the way or throughout the course of my career. I think mine nag-root siya from my love of nature and animals, and parang I just want to contribute to these environmental organizations, and as I was able to work with these NGOs, parang mas naging aware ako of these different social challenges and different sectors, and then I learned about Works of Art. So in a way, for me, doing design for social impact is my way to contribute my skills to something more significant or relevant to our society. Yeah. And yeah, I just want to help.
I studied information design in college. So that was our course. And our professors really emphasize that design is a tool for social impact. So for example, yung thesis namin, it's the prompt, I guess, is to create design interventions for different sectors, such as education or health, human rights. So for me, that's when I really fell in love with social impact design, seeing my course mates work that addressed so many, like such a variety of issues, like from women's rights to educating people about Philippine history. I think dun ko na-realize na mas may purpose yung design beyond just creating beautiful things. And I think Works of Art is like the perfect fit for that belief of mine.
Well, for me personally, and I guess also the reason why Works of Heart started was, simple lang naman siya nun. Gusto lang namin mag-work with friends, people in foundations, people volunteering, and we started it just as something we do on the side, and eventually nag-grow siya into more people asking for other design work. And yeah, here we are a few years later. A lot has changed. Stronger in our purpose, a bigger team, more sectors that we've worked with, but parang in a way the heart remains the same. Yeah.
Ang galing nga because from the first time that I saw your works now, and natutuwa lang ako for how you've grown then as well as a team. I'm surprised na you know lumalaki rin kasi yung team Pero with that said, what was the challenges, or can you share some challenges that you faced in terms of focusing in this type of sector?
There are a lot, but one thing I naisip ko right now is just really helping them communicate who they are more, parang on more clarity in what they do. Kasi yung nature of organizations in the development sector, malaki mga problema nila And normally, yung pag malaki yung problema, marami silang ways of solving that. I guess compared to commercial products na sobrang specific, sobrang klaro nung gusto nilang gawin, gusto ibenta. For the development sector, marami siya laging arms, or maraming ways of doing things, and dahil nga design is all about communicating a message, making sure it resonates with the audience, mas mahirap siya lang in general. And naramdaman rin yan ni Nikki and ni Raffy kasi they work a lot on branding projects and just really finding that voice for these organizations. And yeah, I think that's one of the challenges. And in the same way, parang I guess another challenge is that as designers, we also know kung hanggang saan lang yung kaya namin gawin. Hindi, whenever we work with people, with our clients, with our partners, we have to remind ourselves then na it's really a partnership and a collaboration. At we have to work really together, and that we learn from them, and at the same time we also teach them as much as we can about design. Marami sa kanila first time din in working on with designers or working on graphic design or branding projects. So really kailangan talaga may relationship na mabuild para ma-trust kanila with their story. And at the same time, kami rin, we also have to be able to trust them kasi marami kami kailangan ring matutunan from them.
So with that, I'd like to ask each and every one of you, like, because I've seen so many works from you guys, and every work, every project has a challenge. I tried asking this before from another designer. Sabi ko, parang what was your favorite among all your projects? Pero, and it was a good comeback from him saying na, how about asking me for what was the most challenging things? Because that's what designers do. We get pumped up with challenges. So from all the projects that you've done, what was this was the project that really challenged me, but at the same time fulfilled my role as with the social impact?
Yeah. There was may isang organization that we partnered with, and I think it was creating a logo that would represent them, but also wouldn't stereotype them. Pero definitely that's a challenge with most of our clients. There's limitations, and we have to be very careful in how we design and represent them in so. But when we do, or when we are able to create these visuals, parang it's very fulfilling in a way because they really appreciate it. They're very appreciative of the process na ginagawa namin for them, and I guess just being able to help them for me speak who they are is very fulfilling.
I think I have two. Can I
Go.
share two? Like
Yes,
really
yes,
quickly.
yes.
One is like a recent branding project that just launched. So they're a group called Alt Mobility PH. And they're a group of young transport experts who want to push for better transportation and mobility policies in the Philippines. For me, challenging siya, and also like one of my favorites because I learned so much. Like I said, they're transport experts, as in they're really parang consultants sila for government officials who want to revise their transpo policies. I think it was just challenging, and this happens sometimes in works of art. It's a challenge to brand something that you can't really define. Like, it's easier to brand a store, like a physical store. Diba? Parang may form siya compared to an advocacy group. Like, how is that supposed to look like? I feel like that's a challenge we encounter a lot because a lot of our clients are innovative in a way, or parang there's something that has never existed before, but it's something that we need. Na hindi siya, wala siyang definitive form, like a social enterprise, for example. But it was fun because we learned a lot, and like the creative direction is really fun. Hindi siya parang government office type na very serious, na medyo boring. They wanted something fun that would attract people, that would catch people's attention and to bring the issue to light. So that was challenging, but also one of our favorites recently.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I worked with Raffy on this, so she can attest to this challenge. The other one is my passion project, Galing Provincia. So it's a zine that documents the stories and works of Provinciano designers. And I think the challenge was really looking for Provinciano designers. Because we know they're there, like we've met a lot, but it was hard to look beyond the Metro Manila circle or community to reach out to those. And I think siguro it was our first time, or like for me, kind of collecting these stories, and I wanted to be respectful about it. Like I didn't want to impose the Metro Manila view too much. Like I didn't know exactly what would be the best way to represent them, or how would we tell their stories in a way that was meaningful for them without stereotyping the Provinciano image, like what Raffy mentioned. So yeah, but I'm also very proud of it. One of our favorites also.
That I know. I mean, I've been seeing those posts from you guys, and I've actually wanted to ask about that. So I think we could, and even after this ECQ, is this a ongoing project?
Yeah.
So I think we could do something about it after this, because I'm also trying to collect about local graphic designers. That's why we were trying to also do some mapping on our own. Yeah, it's good to hear. So,
yeah, we should do something about it.
We should. Now, for Roxy.
So, may dalawa akong naisip na challenging projects. One is creative connect projects. So the team had to work on different social enterprises across Asia, and so I distinctly remember the work we did with my readers kasi ang haba 3 full days siya of just getting to know them, getting to know what they do. Tapos they were everywhere, they were going everywhere, and we had to follow them. And there comes a point na parang, wow, ang dami nilang ginagawa, and it becomes overwhelming. How do you capture that in a logo? How do you capture that through branding? Okay, so I remember yung nag-start, nung kukunin pa lang namin yung Martial Law Museum project. It was a project, I think 2 years ago, nung tinanong ako nung colleague ko, kasi maraming teams yung nag-work eh. Kami yung sa creatives and web. Tapos someone on communication asked me, Roxy, gusto mo bang seryosohin itong project na to? Tapos parang ako, what do you mean? Sabi niya, kasi pwede tayo gumawa lang ng website na simple, na i-code natin, gawa tayo magandang graphics, at yun na yun. Pero kung gusto nating seryosohin, kung gusto natin talaga na itong project na to i-embody yung values na gusto, which is fighting for democracy, mahirap siyang trabaho at marami tayong kailangan gawin. At nung tinanong niya yun, it was assigned to many, many more problems. I guess mahirap kasi kinailangan naming tignan yung project not from our own personal beliefs or advocacy, kasi kailangan namin maintindihan lahat ng tao. Kailangan namin maintindihan, at dahil nga sobrang political niya in many ways, naging mahirap siya. Kailangan mo siyang tignan perspective, and only then kami magiging effective. Right? So, yun, daming taong in-interview. Aside from the physical stress, also just navigating through that whole process of research and finding the right strategy before we even go to the creative side. So, yun, sobrang challenging niya.
So, Martial Law Museum was a project from you pala. I thought, interesting. And I would really, and when you say advocacy, now that is one heavy topic, because it has been polarizing for most people. It has divided us for such a long time already, and it's hard. I think it's hard. I'm just putting myself in your shoes, saying parang to put aside your emotions and belief for something. That is a job of a true designer, because we have to be objective. Okay, so with all the advocacy works that you've been doing, are most of these Filipino projects, local projects? Yeah, and if yes, mukha namang yes, my question is, how would you define, with all the projects that you've done, how would you define Filipino graphic design from all the things that you've done?
Who wants to start?
Who would like to start?
Hirap ng tanong ni Dustin.
It is a hard question, because I, for one, parang hindi ko pa nakikita end of. We are far from reaching an end and saying a solution that this is Filipino graphic design. But for you, how would you define, in your own terms lang naman, how would you define it? How do you say that, this what I'm seeing is Filipino graphic design?
Actually, we had a meeting kanina, right? Works of Art, we have our morning meetings, and tinanong namin yung team about it, kasi we also wanted to know what they think, and parang lahat kami nahirapan. And after namin, parang one thing na lang namin, I guess simple lang naman siya, na Filipino graphic design is graphic design by Filipinos. But siguro as Works of Art, yung naisip ng team is, gusto pa namin to i-push further to say that Philippine graphic design is graphic design by Filipinos and also for Filipinos. We're still defining it, kasi I would like to say medyo young din pa yung graphic design industry natin. But what's important ay patuloy lang tayong lahat na mag-create ng work, kasi yun naman yung mag-define ultimately kung ano yung graphic design, right? And what's important is we continue doing work of things that inspire us, and even those things that anger us. Lahat ng bagay na nagpapasaya sa atin bilang Pilipino, at lahat ng bagay na kinakagalit natin. Actually, masaya nga ako eh. Very recently, di ba, na parang yung mga Filipino designers, sobrang outspoken and brave na nila in a way na sinasabi nila through their art or through their designs, what they feel, what they think, not just for themselves, but what they think is good for the country, what the country should be going or moving towards. And as long as we continue doing these kinds of work, it's a way of us to document our history, that hopefully shapes then our identity. So all of the works we see online, diba? Filipino typeface, mga political art, branding work for small and big companies, lahat yan contribution natin to Filipino graphic design.
I guess in connection to yung sinabi ni Ate Rox na there are a lot of designers making stuff in response to what's happening now. I think especially in these times, in this situation, I see Filipino design as like our response to all of these gaps that we see in our society, especially as a developing nation. I feel like design isn't necessarily a priority, but it's our way to kind of contribute and address these problems. And as citizens first, we see these issues in our society coming up. And as designers, we're able to contribute to these issues. We're able to address them using our skills and our creativity and our empathy. So today, I think at this point in time, I would say that Filipino design is that response sa mga pagkukulang natin as a country.
I feel like Filipino graphic design is just design created by Filipinos with the context of Filipino design, na yung context na to nakabase sa mga pinagdadaanan natin as Filipinos and based on different cultures in our islands and traditions. And yeah, kung ano pa. I feel like for me that's what Filipino graphic design is.
Wow, every one of you guys that was very nice. That was very nice. I mean, that's so real, especially now, especially what Roxy said na parang not just the good things but also the emotions, and let them, yung anger, parang it's also a way kasi. And on a personal note, I remember this quote from a book that let them feel your weight. So I think more and more designers are letting people understand the weight of their feelings and also what we can do for this society. Max, that's very nice. And for last, I don't want to take much of your time now. For last question, since you're advocacy driven, when can you say that your work has really made parang this impact already? If not, and what's your vision of Philippines through graphic design?
Ang hirap niyang isipin, no? Lalo na kung nasan tayo now.
Yeah, but as designers, that's our lane, that's our role. We are this is what I got from designer, what they call, what's his name, Staple Pigeon, Jeff Staple. Now we are designers that we are too future forward when we think. That's why we lead the way. Yun siya.
Yeah. Actually, habang nasabi mo ngayon, naalala ko yung one of our projects, which is Future Forest. Diba? It's a project with Raffy and Silabel. And the project's goal is just to dream new futures, and maybe art can contribute to that. Siguro, for me, hindi ko pa sobrang maisip yung like 5 steps ahead. Siguro mga next steps na iisip ko, yung hope ko is that we continue to collaborate and work with each other, because the task at hand is getting big. Alam mo yun, parang when we started Works of Heart, parang sobrang simple lang eh. Gusto lang namin makatulong or makapag-work with the development sector. But now, the problems, mas malaki siya, mas malawak. At sa totoo lang, isa siyang, hindi siya kaya ni Works of Heart alone. Hindi na siya kaya ng isang social impact design studio. I think lahat tayo dapat, yun na rin yung yung vision, lahat tayo may contribution to that kind of to that purpose. So siguro pangarap ko lang naman is that everyone could and I think Works of Art also mentioned this a lot, na parang more and more people would answer to that call of working together. May it be in relation to COVID, maybe other things as well, other problems that we face as a country. Sobrang daming problema. Kaya nating pumili, kung lahat tayo pipili ng isa na mag-focus on at mag-contribute to, for sure, marami tayong magagawa in the years to come.
Yeah, like Roxy said, medyo mahirap nga siya i-imagine now, especially since we have a lot of things to fight for at the moment. But yeah, from what I see, design is something innately good, or like when you create something, it's meant to be meaningful and well thought of for the people they're trying to reach. And I think it just takes a little nudge here into a direction of like that would create some sort of social impact. And it's evident that everyone is exposed to a lot of information and nowadays, and mas aware tayo sa mga pangyayari, sa kung sinong involved and anong pinagdadaanan natin. So I think for me in the future, or actually I can see it now, there's so many creatives doing work that create some significant effect to our society. And I think my future hope, mas madami pang sumali at gumawa ng design and paggamit ng kanilang mga kaalaman na, I mean, in the end, I think we can imagine something utopian, all the same things. We want all the same things in the end. But yeah, focus on the now. That's what I think about.
Okay. So interesting that you mentioned the word utopia, because I think the version of that in Works of Art's dictionary would be a nation that is free. So that's our vision, to have, a nation that is free. And that's kind of how we also labeled the different sectors on our website. Like on our homepage, you can see we've divided it into design for creative entrepreneurship, cultural identity, education. So these are things that we think contribute to a nation that is free. Like, this is how we will reach that vision, by designing for these different sectors. And personally, on my personal agenda, I think a nation that is free is a nation where everyone has opportunities and access to resources that can lead them to be their best selves. And like I said, personal agenda, because this is something I learned, I guess, from Galing Provincia. We've met so many amazing creatives from our provinces whose experiences are so different from creatives in Metro Manila, but who have such important stories to tell. And they have such a huge, they can contribute such a huge chunk of Philippine graphic design, but we don't really hear about them because the center of the design community is in Metro Manila. And yeah, growing up in Bacolod and then moving to QC for college, there was such a huge difference in like support and recognition and opportunities for creatives. So I guess connected din siya to what Raffy said, na she hopes more people can contribute. I hope more people from our provinces can also be a part of this conversation, especially those who are interested in design. I hope in the future, in this nation that is free, I hope everyone who is interested in design can have access to opportunities and resources that will lead to them becoming designers for our country. So yeah.
All of your answers were like superb. Sobrang nakaka-amaze yung visions and goals nito. And that's why you're called Works of Art. So it's really just fitting for your studio. So there, thank you so much for the interview. I don't want to take much of your time. So for everyone who's going to watch this, I'm going to place Works of Art's link in the description below so that you can view their projects and be amazed and their advocacies. Personally, I am very much amazed with what they've been doing, and hopefully we answer the call for everyone to actually work together and really make a difference for this nation. I love what you're doing. Works so hard, you guys. So there. So one thing that I really want to always say before I end the call is I hope to see you guys after the ECT. Really hope to see you guys after the ECT. We can make projects. We make projects. So there. Thank you so much. I've been blessed with your presence for this interview. Thank you so much. So see you after the ECT, guys.
Thank you as well.
Thank you for having me.
Salamat.
No. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Hey, thanks for tuning here at SAW.DESIGN PH, and we hope you enjoyed this episode of 𝐈 Design. Our goal is telling Philippine graphic design stories. If you'd like more content like this, how about clicking the subscribe button here? I think it's here, so you get more video resources about graphic design. And we're expecting to see you watching again here at 𝐈 Design PH.